guys, welcome back to my channel. Hope everyone is having a phenomenal day today. So today I'm excited because we typically don't do these types of videos because they're just not my favorite thing. I prefer the is it really videos where we like debunk value sets, all that jazz. But today we're actually going to do a review as I keep copying my hands. Why? I have no idea. If you guys saw my Ulta haul, which is out. I have no idea. I filmed these videos on advance. I have no idea what this thing's going on. It might not even be out yet. It probably might go up before this, after this. So, but we're going to be talking about the new Too Faced Peanut Butter and Honey palette. I'm actually going to grab my phone because I have Ulta's website on my phone right now. This palette is going to be $36, just like all their 9 shade palettes, 9 eyeshadow shade palettes. But yes, it's called the Peanut Butter and Honey, even though all I want to say is honey because I guess I'm lazy and just feel like saying honey. But yes, he's going to be coming in on the 1st. He's going to be physically in store, so if you want to swatch him and see how he looks on your physical skin tone, on the 19th. He is a Ulta exclusive palette, and they're going to have him probably on Too Faced website because I feel like Too Faced is like, forget whoever I have exclusively with. It's still going to be on my website. Go for them. But you're not going to be able to find this at Sephora. You can go in there, you can ask for it. They'll probably just be like, what are you talking about? I don't know. How about a chocolate bar? So yes, 9 palettes, whatevers. It's supposed to be enriched with honey flavor. How do you put honey flavor into an eyeshadow? Granted, they put chocolate, but that's cocoa powder. Whatever. It's supposed to be a silky smooth formula, rich in pigments, blah, 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 blah. Social media, blah, blah, blah. Makeup junkie, like, whatever. Forget about it. They put like a long description in there. So let's get into the actual palette. So yeah, it's supposed to smell like peanut butter and honey. I don't particularly care for the smell. I have not swatched all the shades. I've only put the shades physically from brush to eyelid, and just so you guys know what I was using it with. Sorry for talking fast. I used my Urban Decay eyeshadow primer potion on my lid, so that's what's underneath it, because I would never go with an eyeshadow on my eyelid without a primer, because never a good thing. And then these are the brushes I use. This one's from the Smoky palette from Urban Decay, and then this one's from, I think you're from Electric. You're from Electric, then you're barely saying Electric anymore. Literally, I love all of Urban Decay's eyeshadow brushes. I literally buy the palettes and then take all the brushes out. None of them have their brushes. And then I actually can't remember how to pronounce this brand. It's something Glam, something Miss Glam. I have no idea. Like little sparkle things. Those are the main 3 brushes I've been using for all my eyeshadows. But let's get into the actual palette that I almost threw into my candle. I would have cried. I would have actually gone up if I had cried about it. I'm still terrified about burning my hair. So, palette is super duper cute. I love those little sandwich with little lips. It's Too Faced packaging. It's adorable. Going into it, yeah, I don't like its smell. Like, it definitely has that nutty smell and then that extra sweetness, but also, like, what kind of honey do they use? Because, like, I prefer orange blossom honey. Is it local honey? I have no idea. I don't care. So, yes, 9 eyeshadow pades. 3 of them pades. What is a pade? I have no idea. 3 of them are large and then 2 of them are smaller. I wonder actually in comparison, I actually have not held this up to any of their other palettes. I could just hold up one of their actual. I just realized I literally have peanut butter and jelly sitting next to me. I'm special. Do you actually say your nightwear down here? Maybe I should actually look at the actual palette. Yeah, so 3 of the eyeshadows are supposed to be a 0.07, and then the other 6 are supposed to be a 0.03 ounces. I know there's some weird YouTubers that actually depot all their palettes and then they weigh them. I don't remember what their name is. I saw them the other day and I was like, what? That's weird. I'm not going to do that because I would totally not have the patience to put them back together. But yeah, I'm going to actually look at them in comparison to Peach. Yeah, I feel like maybe the larger ones are kind of similar to like the number. I have no idea. What am I talking about? I've lost my mind. Actually, does it say your ounces on here? Do you? I have no idea. 0.03 ounces. So you're supposed to tell me that one of these pans is one of these pans. Whatever. Well, I'm going to get into that. But let's get into what's physically inside the palette. So they always put one of these little like paper like, let me show you a mini tutorial and blah, blah, blah. I would just like to state that it says 3 steps, 3 looks, 3 minutes. Garbage. Too Faced, what kind of blending are you doing? Because I can spend 20 minutes just blending my eyeshadows. When in doubt, just keep blending it. So yes, these are the 3 looks that they decide to give you. I don't know how well you can see them. Whatever, I'm not going to actually use it. I don't think I've ever actually opened an eyeshadow palette that had these little things and did what they said. I'm like, no, forget this. I'm going to do what I want. So yeah, feeling nutty. Also, on the palette, so they have like lines over here and they kind of like name that section. They do not coincide with these looks. I'm just letting you know that. That's going on the floor. I dropped him. Literally, they have one that is PB and H. Peanut butter and honey. Duh. They have that one, but the other two do not match these. But whatever. It's probably because they have more. Actually, no, does PB and H actually take more? He does. He takes 5 eyeshadow shades. That's not his line. Whatever, Too Faced. Don't care. Actually, I'm going to actually put him back so I don't have to worry about holding it over the mirror. So you guys aren't seeing yourselves, technically the camera, back at you. So that's one thing I do love about these. These literally live in my palettes. I think Peanut Butter and Honey still has his in there. Actually, I think I might have taken him out. I did. That was a bad example. I lied. So let's talk about the first shade, which is in the Sweet as Honey. I'm like trying to like catch it outside the glare. He's actually what I'm wearing in my brow bone. I'm wearing him, and then we'll talk about him in a second. What is this, Queen Bee? Those are the 2 shades I'm wearing in my brow bone. He's really pretty, and he's nice and shimmery, but he's very pale. Like, I would have to like, I'm gonna turn my face, maybe you guys can see it. Brow highlight, brow highlight. But unless you're like really like hitting the light nicely with them, like when I was in like a bad, poor lighting, I cannot even tell that there's glitter on my brow bone. There's nothing. But he's still really, really pretty. I like this a little bit more of a natural shimmer look, if natural shimmer exists, whatever. But I really like it. I mean, their formula definitely is very, very silky and smooth. The next shade right next to it, which I did not play with, is Peanut Butter. Is it the same as the peanut butter in this palette? If it is, I'm going to be so angry at it. Because I swear peanut butter. They're the same shade. Too-Faced, why are you giving me a palette that you already put on another? Okay, I see what you did there. I understand it's the peanut butter and honey palette. We gotta put the peanut butter. Could you have changed it? Could you have changed it just a tad? No? No? I think that's the only palette color that actually matches. Yes. Except Nuts About You kind of looks like bee's knees. But, I'll give you that. So, peanut butter is exactly the same as the peanut butter and the peanut butter and jelly. But it's just this nice kind of like warm brown tone. I feel like this palette's going to be really great for springtime. I feel like a springtime fairy on my face right now. But yes, just a really nice light, kind of matte brown, kind of. It is matte brown. What am I talking about? But very, very pretty. And then Going Nuts, I feel like that's in another palette. I might be going nuts. The unintended puns. Because I don't think he's in here. No, he's not. Going Nuts. Why do I feel like I've heard all these names because I've seen it a million times on Instagram. But that's beside the point. I feel like it's very similar to another one of their shades. It is a shimmer shade and not a glitter shade. That is dark. The fudge. Does anyone notice I say fudge a lot? I'm like, what is the fudge? I'm gonna have to really pack this when I want to play with him, because he definitely, if you're not getting a lot of him on, you really don't see that shimmer. You just get a lot of darkness. Like soul, but very, very pretty. I do like him. He's the only really dark shade in this entire palette, which I do appreciate, because I typically like having a pretty dark shadow in the very bottom corner to really help smoke on my eye to give it just a little bit more depth. Also, you guys will notice, if you watch any of my videos, you'll notice there's really nothing underneath the bottom of my eye, ever, anything, eyeliner, nothing, shadow, no. Because with my eye, I don't think I've ever explained this to you guys. I'm going to pause on this palette since we got through the first layer. My eye, the way that it is, I have an eye socket, obviously everyone does, but my eye comes out more on the bottom, so no matter what I do, I will always have a dark circle because it's a shadow. Depending on how light hits me, I have a shadow. So unless I'm like staring like this, which no one would want to talk to me if I was walking around with my chin up to the sky, I will have a dark circle. Esque. There's no way to fix it. I would have to remove my eyeball, and then I would see nothing, so what would be the point of eyeshadow? For looks, literally, if you do it for other people. Also, that'd be really fun to figure out. You'd literally be doing the blind makeup challenge. But into the next line. So the next line is supposed to be called Queen Bee. You named an eyeshadow Queen Bee, and then you named a line of eyeshadows Queen Bee. Too-Faced, still love you, but really, couldn't you have been a little bit more creative? Whatever. So the biggest shadow is Be Sweet. Gosh, the puns, I love them so much. But he's a nice, pretty pale pink shade. You can literally not see him. I don't know how you guys are going to see this on close-ups, because obviously I talk over them outside of the close-ups. He's really pale. I can see squat. And I mean, granted, I do have pink undertones in my skin. He will definitely be like a base shade, or like I'll put him in like the inside corner. really wish I didn't have as much of him because I feel like I would use so much more of these other colors than physically him. I hate that. Really, really hate that. But it's pretty. It's just you don't see it. So maybe if you have a darker skin tone than my vampire-like self, you'd be able to see him better. Tan beauties, you'd love that. Next, which is the one that I actually have on my physical lid. I love him so much. This is Honey Brittle. You did peanut brittle, now you're doing honey brittle. Too Faced, you literally just were like sitting down like, okay, can we put all the adjectives of honey and peanuts right in front of us and let's just play with the words. Let's just move them all around. But Honey Brittle, he's a really pretty color. I am like not getting him off of my fingers right now. He's like, has like an orangish kind of tone to him. He does not want to pick up. I think because my hands are like warm. But it's just like a warm orange kind of color, but I kind of love it. I feel like it's really pretty on the springtime. Absolutely gorgeous. Really, really love with Honey Brittle. Next to him is Bee's Knees. And I mentioned in the peanut butter and jelly palette that he looked kind of similar to Nuts About You. It's because literally these two, I'm going to hold them up. I doubt you guys can see this because I'm probably not going to show them up close in their swatches. I forget that they're magnetic. I literally don't really have to hold on that well. But Nuts About You looks almost exactly like Bee's Knees, except Bee's Knees has glitter and Nuts About You is matte. But they're like the exact same color. I feel like I just got eyeshadow. I did a nicked an eyeshadow inside Peanut Butter and Honey, and by nicked I mean I tapped them. That is probably one of my favorite shades in the entire palette. It's what I use on the outside corner of my eyeballs. I don't think I mentioned where I put Honey Brittle. Honey Brittle's on like the main actual part of my eyelid. Not giving you guys close up to my face because I don't feel like doing it. But yes, very, very pretty. I love the gold shimmer. I love when it catches in light. It looks really, really pretty. I really, really like them. I really love this palette, if you guys can tell. Like, I look like unenthusiastic, but literally do love him. Next line is P, B, and H. How did they come up with the names for these two? Like, I just said this line is definitely like the peanut butter and honey line, but like this one's more like a queen bee look. Whatever, Too Faced. Love it. It kind of, I have no idea what it reminds me of, but it's just like a pale white color. Like an off-white, like an eggshell. That's what it looks like. It looks like an eggshell white. I was in art class for 8 years. Besides the point. But I used him in the front part of my brow because when I'm doing my brow highlight, I really like the highlight to be like the arch part of my brow, now that I have much of an arch. And then I like to keep that kind of matte on the inside. So, really, really liked him. You just don't see him well because, again, I'm a vampire. Not really, obviously. Moving on to the next shade, because I feel like I'm talking about him a lot for being so pale. Matte. I think the only reason I just saw a speck of shimmer is probably because I felt shimmer from another shade when I was probably using him. Next shade is Honey Buns, which is absolutely gorgeous. It is a yellow shade. I did not think I was actually going to like him. He was one of those shades when I saw swatches of him, of the palette, that I was like, maybe I really don't want this palette because I feel like I'm not going to use him. He's very much, he reminds me when I was physically putting on my eyelid, I was like, it looks like I'm rubbing pollen on my lid, and it's not like a attractive like thought. Not cute. But I really do love him. I love the whole blended look that I gave myself today. I feel like it's very much of like a springtimey sunset look. I don't know, springtimey sunsets, because only sunsets happen in the springtime, guys. Just your new facts on your new science channel. Nah, don't do that. Don't send this to someone. Well, you could. They're just probably good. What the fudge? So yes, really, really loved him. He's another one of my favorite shades. Really, the Honey Brittle, Bee's Knees, and Honey Buns are probably my favorite shades in this entire palette. And then the shade next to him is Feeling Nutty, which is just a pretty, it's a darker matte brown than Peanut Butter. He's really, really gorgeous though. The pigmentation is insane. I'm like rubbing him on my wrist. I literally am rubbing him like, my hand is just covered in eyeshadow. It's disgusting right now. And so are my pants, because I literally am just like rubbing everything onto me because I'm like lazy. But yes, he's a beautiful, beautiful brown color, but he's still warm enough that I feel like none of this is really like a really dark look. I feel like this is a beautiful springtime palette. That's probably mostly when I'm going to use him. You'll probably see him in an upcoming Shop My Stash because I can't wait to play with him again. I would highly recommend it. Do I think he's worth $36? Yeah. But in comparison, I mean, the peach palette is $49, he's $36. It's what, a $13 difference? $13 math and brain. How can I do math like really? I've told you guys before. I can do math on the fly when I'm not in front of the camera. But yeah, $13 difference, and you're getting a whole lot more shade inside like the peach palette, and he smells bomb. Ugh. This one's still probably my favorite, palette that I own, because you guys, I'm gonna have to take a picture of all the palettes I own. I kind of own a ridiculous amount of palettes. I no joke over at least 2 dozen, if not 3 dozen. I don't know. My sister's going. He did. It's kind of disgusting. He's still definitely my top favorite is the peach palette, but Honey, no joke, is coming in a close second, which I am shocked because when I physically got this palette in, I literally thought he was going to go right back to Ulta because I'm like, I don't think he's going to want to stay in my life. But it's pretty. I love him. I love that he's very soft looks, which is what I prefer to do to my face. So, very happy. 10 out of 10. Would recommend him. I feel like that's a lot of talking about 9 eyeshadows. I have no idea how long this video is, but it's probably disgusting for talking about 9 eyeshadows. You probably won't see me doing a look with this, mostly because I'm not doing makeup tutorials, guys. I love you, but that's probably going to happen, like, next to, never. It's on the calendar next to, like, the, I'm going to do video games. Never gonna happen. But that is it for this video. Watch me then do a makeup tutorial. Watch me do that in like 6 months. But that's it for this video. If you did enjoy this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up and subscribe. If you want to get notifications, hit that weird little bell that YouTube requires of notifications. And stay foxy, guys.